Hi guys, Casual Gamer Plays here, and today I wanted to talk about the huge amount of space that our Nightmare Sigils take in our stashes and in consumable stuff. So basically, when I leveled up to level 100 after I believe level 70, I only did Nightmare Dungeons and I got quite a number of Nightmare Sigils, which is pretty amazing, so that we don't have to go out of our way to craft them or to do some other activities in order to collect them, such as doing quests for Tree of Whispers or other ways, such as I believe they drop in Hell Tides also from the chests, but yeah, as far as I remember, they did drop. So basically, what I wanted to talk about is that you should scrap all the unwanted and unneeded uh, Nightmare Sigils right here. So for example, I have level 35 Nightmare Sigil. It is too low of a sigil for me to run, and I won't really get much enjoyment from it, so I basically select it. One another neat trick to do it like this: you can just sort your chest tab right here, and then it will be sorted from the Nightmare Sigils will be sorted from the highest tier to the lowest tier. So basically you can just select all the ones from the lower row right here. Okay, level 40, 41, those are pretty low and I don't really I need to run them. Level 45 should be okay, maybe level 46 or higher will be pretty nice for me to run. For example, this level 54 I can still run without any issues, but after the recent changes to the Nightmare Dungeons and experience gain, you don't really need to run any dungeons higher than your level, because every single level enemies are higher than you. They will only give you plus 1.5% more experience, and it is not really worth it if you can't efficiently and fastly continue to defeat your enemies easily without any hiccups and spending too much time on each battle right here. So basically what I wanted to tell is that you just have to go to Occultist and destroy, scrap all of the sigils you don't really need right now. And let's quickly see where the Occultist is, and he's right on the right of here. Let's quickly go and interact with him. Where is he? Okay. Okay, this is the one I'm looking for. So basically, okay, we have consumables, then we will salvage. Do not press salvage all ancestral, because it will salvage all of your ancestral sigils. I have all of the ancestrals right now. All sigils, I believe they will all be salvaged too, but you can actually salvage them one by one pressing this hammer right here. And probably let's try, I have not tried it before, but we can probably select them as junk. So for example, all of this, let's quickly sort them and quickly select them as junk. I'm sure that if you select the sigils as junk and you go to the vendor, which you usually sell all the equipment which is junk, all the Nightmare Sigils which are marked as junk will be sold for 1 gold each, which is pretty bad in my opinion. So usually if you want to get rid of your Nightmare Sigils, it's better to go to Occultist and scrap them for some of the materials you can craft new nightmare sigils later on. So next let's quickly go over which of the nightmare sigils I want to scram. Stormbane Wrath is not really that huge of a deal. I can still do it. Reduce cooldown on kill is pretty good. Poison damage and lightning storm gathers above the player and protects protection dome we need to stand in to avoid severe outcomes, which is lightning strikes. I scrap all of those. Lightning storm goes to the bin, right to the trash. It wastes a huge amount of time for you to stand in those domes, travel to them, and it's really bad experience in my opinion, especially if you do not play rogue. For rogues it's much better because they have evades, they have dashes, they have all the different mobility stuff for going for them, and in this case for rogues it's much easier to do this lightning storm nightmare sigils, but for others I wouldn't really recommend them, and for rogues it wastes a lot of time, so I usually scrap them all. Next we have Avenger, okay, Nightmare Portal, Fire Damage and Lightning Storm again, I will scrap it. Okay, Death Pulse is okay, Empowered Elites okay. Stormbane's Wrath is usually not that great to have, but it's not really the difficult run, especially with high mobility rogue, so I will keep it. Another one of those, Shock Lens is doable. Volcanic is not really great because it spawns these volcanic volcans which damage players and sometimes in the bad timing and they will kill you, but still usually it's really easy to avoid, so basically I run all of those and do not skip them. Also Avenger is still okay, Nightmare Portal is pretty fun. Drifting Shade is one of those I don't really like because it stuns you, it dazes you, it prevents you from going somewhere, and then it still does damage to your character as something like poison, which does damage over time, but when you leave this Drifting Shade it really does nothing, but still it's pretty annoying. But I usually run them and I do them a lot because this nightmare sigils I gain are almost always have Drifting Shade in them. So next, Shock Lens Empowered, okay, Shadow Damage, nice. Thorns, I like Thorns, I don't know why, but I would probably make a guide and build to play with Thorns build for Rogue, because it's pretty fun, and I will run Thorns Nightmare Sigils. The damage enemies take from Thorns is insane, I don't really know why this is happening with rogues, which are supposed not to take any damage for their survivability, and it's pretty interesting for me to try. And all the others I have already scrapped. So Empowered Elites, Poison, Enchanted I usually run because it's not really difficult, but the only one I wanted to scrap all the time is Enchanted Cold Enemies. Poison Enchanted, okay, I don't have this one, but usually when you see something like not Poison Enchanted but Cold Enchanted, then I scrap them all the time, because for Rogue it's instant death. Because when you are CC'd, hard CC'd, then it's not really possible to do anything, and in this second enemies hit you like a truck and you can't do anything, and then that's the cause of death for Rogue, in my case at least. That's why when I see cold enchanted enemies, empowered elites, then I just scrap it right away. And let's quickly check if we can scrap salvage all of those we just select it as junk, and we actually can't, but still we can do it like this. It's easier for us to notice which sigils were marked for salvaging, and actually we got 96 sigil powder out of those, and I have only 8,000. So basically I scrapped just a little bit of sigils, and mostly all of them I did run. That's why I have this number pretty low right here. So 96 sigil powder is a small number, and you will see how it goes. For example, we can craft sigils right here. I craft ancestral ones, and I will be crafting only level 4150 ones, which require 275 sigil powder for one. So basically I can craft only 29 of the sigils I want to run, which are around level 45 to 50, because the hard nerfs which were done right now in Diablo 4, which really decreased the power, the defensive power of all the characters, and this is why I will be running only tier 45 and 250, maybe 53 if the sigil is good. Nightmare sigils, nightmare dungeons, because of the efficiency and the clear time of the nightmare sigils itself at nightmare dungeons. I don't really like pushing nightmare dungeons a lot, so basically all of these dungeons I won't do, because I don't see any reason to do it right now. The chance to drop ancestral, sacred, or I don't know, even unique or uber uniques are the same everywhere. So basically if you can drop anything even in this tier 21 25 dungeon, and it just enemies will be much easier, and it won't be really fun for you to do, especially if you are over leveled. But I believe for me right now this is the tier I will be running with some other players or by myself to enjoy the game right now. Maybe later on I will try some higher nightmare pushes, but that's definitely not on my priority list, especially with the season 1 coming out tomorrow, and I will be playing on the season with a new character, and it will be druid for sure, because I played rogue a lot during the non-season and it's amazing. I have no bad things to say about rogue. It will be amazing in season 1, and I believe it will be amazing in other seasons too. If you found the video helpful or entertaining, I would like you to subscribe to my channel if you'd like, and I will see you in the next videos later. Subscribe to Casual Gamer Plays channel for exciting gaming content. Be sure to hit the like button and stay tuned for the latest video releases. And I will see you in the next videos later. Bye.